teeth on edge. The end times prophecy of the teeth being set on edge is warned about by two prophets in the Old Testament, which is a prophetic foreshadow of two prophets warning in the end times. Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 1 and 2. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, What mean ye that ye use this proverb concerning the land of Israel, saying, The fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge? What we end up seeing here in this prophecy is fathers eating sour grapes, and that has caused the children's teeth to be set on edge, even though the children did not eat the sour grapes themselves. And it continues on in verse 3 and 4. As I live, saith the Lord God, ye shall not have occasion any more to use this proverb in Israel. Behold, all souls are mine. As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. That soul that sinneth, it shall die. The warning here is that the father's sin will carry over consequences to the children, and all the souls belong to the Lord, and he can punish whom he chooses. After the Messiah returns, there will no longer be a time where this proverb will occur. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 28 through 30. And it shall come to pass that like as I watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith the Lord. In those days they shall say no more, The fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But everyone shall die for his own iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. So clearly we see the warning from Ezekiel and Jeremiah, two prophets, as two witnesses against the people for idolatry. As the law states that out of the mouth of two or three witnesses that a matter is established. In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 19 verse 15 it says, One witness shall not rise up against any man for any iniquity or for any sin, and any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of two witnesses or out the mouth of three witnesses shall the matter be established. So what we end up seeing is a warning by two prophets, Jeremiah and Ezekiel, about the fathers eating sour grapes and the children's teeth being set on edge. And there will come a time when they will no longer hear this proverb. And then we end up seeing in the end times two prophets testifying and giving a testimony of judgment and wrath. Revelation chapter 11 verse 3 says, And I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. And what is prophesied is the plagues and the wrath and the curses, the judgments. Revelation chapter 11 verse 6. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. What will be occurring is testifying of the fathers eating sour grapes and the children's teeth being set on edge because of the curse. Because the fathers are warned not to worship the image of the beast. And what occurs with idolatry is generations of people will be suffering because of the people who've worshipped idols. This occurs in the latter days. The people will actually eat their children because of the curse. Revelation chapter 13 verse 14 and 15 talks about the idolatry. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means which those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So turn and consider the consequences of the children and the fathers for their actions. Let us look what occurs to the image of jealousy, which is the image of the beast. It's idolatry, and it provokes the Lord to jealousy, and it directly relates to the fathers and the children. Pay close attention. Ezekiel chapter 8 verse 3 says, And he putteth forth the form of a hand, and took me by the lock of mine head, and the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heaven, and brought me in visions of God to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looketh toward the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy. So what is this image of jealousy? It is the image of the beast. And the commandment forewarns the consequences for idolatry for creating an image. The image of the beast will have a consequence for violating the law, not only for the fathers, but the children. Exodus chapter 20, verse 3 through 6. Thou shalt have no other gods before me, and thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. So what we see here is that the fathers are eating sour grapes, worshiping idols. So what's the consequence of that? Is the fathers worshiping the image of the beast, their children will suffer consequences. The children will have their teeth set on edge, even know that they have not eaten the sour grapes themselves. Their fathers have eaten the sour grapes, which brought wrath and judgment. And should you not consider what is written, the warning about the coming of that great day, and what was spoken at Horeb? The Lord makes it clear. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to the fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Turning these hearts of the fathers to the children, to remembering their children's end, and the children looking to the fathers to warn them of consequences of breaking the law that was given at Horeb, not to worship images of the beasts, because the curse will come upon them, and they will actually eat their children. The consequences of the fathers worshiping the image of the beast will be felt upon their children. The curses will come upon them and their children. In fact, they will end up eating their children. And this is a consequence for idolatry and the fathers eating sour grapes, that their children will actually be having their teeth set on edge. And this is the prophecy of the teeth on edge.